This upload is of Breaking Bad. We're on season 4 now. I have one season left. I actually have like over 5 episodes, I think, left in this particular season. I don't know why I'm trying to jump ahead to the last season. I don't know. What was I gonna say? Yeah, this is Breaking Bad, season 4, episode 8, titled. I wrote it down. Hermanos, which I believe is brothers. If I'm not mistaken. My Spanish isn't that good, I don't think. Hermano, mi hermano es feo, ugly. My brother is ugly. I think it's backwards, right? If it's in Spanish, it's backwards. I don't know. It's not a Spanish class, so I don't know. Kind of beside myself, not because of this episode, because I was trying to upload this video, and of course, the location was moved in order to upload a video, and yeah, gonna go out there in a minute. Didn't know what to do. Pressing everything, nothing's working. The last button I pressed worked. So thanks for that. But now back to this review. So this episode starts off with Gustavo and Walter, but from a previous episode when they're in the hospital, I guess they do that as a way to kind of like just refresh your mind, refresh yourself, refresh the viewer as to what happened in previous episodes between these two characters, which I personally hadn't forgot. But it's good to give more detail. I'll say that it's good to give more detail. So who you're going to see in this episode? You're going to see Mrs. White, Mr. White. I'm smiling. I'll tell you why in a minute. You're going to see Mrs. White, Mr. White, Pinkman's in this one, Hank's in this one, and I keep telling myself I'm going to remember the guy's name, but I never do. Gustavo's head of security, I guess is the best way to describe what he does. He's in here as well. So while I was smiling about Mrs. White is in the previous episode, Mr. White, Heisenberg, cut that out. He is what was I gonna say? He was trying to discourage her from laundering the money, but she's such strong-willed and strong-minded and stubborn-headed, I guess was the best way to put it. She decides to push forward anyway, and she's trying to work with the amount of money that's coming in, but of course they can't launder that much money through that one business without being like, wait a minute, what? How is a laundromat making X amount of dollars? Because he's getting so much every week or every 2, whatever the case is. He's getting so much every time he drops some money off. So they're showing her efforts in a way to illustrate how frustrating it is for her. Which I got a kick out of it. You know, she's like, came up with a plan, I'm gonna do it, and he doesn't. It doesn't necessarily work out, but it's lighthearted, simple stuff. It's funny to me anyway. I'm trying to think. Let me move on to Pinkman. Well, that's more complex. I'll say that for later. Now Hank, his brother-in-law, which is the DEA agent, he is trying his hardest to get to the end of this case that's cost him so much grief. He's had to learn how to walk again by this time, and so he's on to Gustavo, which he really is the big boss. He's on to him just really out of coincidence. I feel like he's like really out of coincidence. You know, just him doing detective work. I feel like putting two and two together and chasing down all possible leads. He stumbles upon Gustavo, and then he tries to run that idea into the ground and make sure it's factional, that's not true. But he's running into the fact that this guy's just too well liked in the community. I mean, he has deep, solid roots in the community. I mean, he's here, he's there, he does this, he does that. He's too good, almost too good to be touched, which is odd that they wouldn't see that. Like, this guy's almost too squeaky clean. Because nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. So Hank runs into a dead end with that. He tries to bring it to his superiors and to the guys that's bringing him on the case from the local police, but they're like, nah, we're not going for that. So he enlists the help of Mr. White, but Mr. White and Gustavo, not only do they work together, they have bad blood. If you don't know that by now, I mean, I don't know. But so Mr. White's put in a really rough situation. He almost doesn't want to do it. Hank wants Mr. White to put a tracker on Gustavo's car. He's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. He tries to talk his way out of it, but he can't. So he winds up going there and trying to tell him, like, no, look, man, it's not what you think. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna do it. He's like, go ahead and do it. It's fine. What? He's all confused. Gustavo's telling him to go ahead and do it. It's all fine. You gotta watch the show to pick up on what's going on. I'm just speeding through it. So White walks back out to the car and has a soda and he drives away. He's really on edge because, like, these 2 lives that he's leading, or these 1.5 lives now, I guess, because his wife knows what he does. I don't know, but anyway, things are just getting too close for comfort. At least for him, because when he meets up with Pinkman outside of the laboratory, he actually yells. His character actually yells, I think, for the first time. So, I guess he didn't. I guess I'm probably the only one who probably even thought to be like, wait a minute, he yelled? Why is he yelling? Because his character never really yells. And it's like, oh, snap, he's really serious. But the thing is, he's shirking off responsibility. He wants Pinkman to do the killing. It's like, if you wanted to kill Gustavo so bad, how come you just didn't kill him when you were in that when you were in the restaurant? Just get it over with. I mean, then all you would go to jail, but your family's more than taken care of now. I just go back to the episode that caused all this chaos. Like, you should just let Pinkman get killed, because Pinkman was like spiraling out of control. You couldn't help him, so the best thing for him would be to exterminate him, I guess. I'm not a bad person, but I'm just saying, in that situation, now look where you're at. I mean, it's one person for your happiness, man. And to tell you the truth, he wouldn't even have to do anything. It would be on his conscience, but he already has somebody on his conscience, if you've been watching the series, which is his girlfriend, Pinkman's girlfriend. So might as well get someone else to take care of Pinkman. So what? I don't know. I mean, it makes so much sense to me to do that. But, I guess he really cares for Pinkman, so he's jumped to all these loopholes. I mean, he's jumped to all these holes, and that's what I'm saying. He's jumped all these hoops for Pinkman. Anyway, I'm stumbling and bumbling all over my words. What else happened in this episode? I talked about Hank and Mr. White and their little adventure, I guess. Talked about Mrs. White. Did I speak on Pinkman? Well, I talked about Pinkman and meeting him with Mrs. Okay, so I know I'm trying to figure out where I want to go with what I'm saying, people. So Pinkman. So they get a little closer look at Pinkman. Pinkman's still in love with the second girl, the second love interest, the one he met at the rehab, but he's afraid to get anywhere near him. I think he's afraid to get anywhere near him because he doesn't want her to know what he's doing, 1, and 2, he doesn't want to fall in love, and 3, well, because he's already in love, he doesn't want to admit to himself that he has feelings for her and then lose her like he did the first girl, which is understandable. And 3rd, he doesn't want them to get taken out by anybody he's dealing with, which is understandable again. But he's still like doing the most honorable thing and paying for her rent and helping her kid out with school and stuff like that. It's actually pretty honorable, man. It's not his kid. He still cares for her, but like I said, there's reasons that he doesn't want to interact with her, which I can understand. What else was I going to get at? No, I think that's it in this episode. Yeah, overall, I don't know whether it was just my mood because I did a little brisk workout before I watched it, or I got a good night's sleep. But I really, really like this episode. I'm so interested to see what happens in the next episode. Oh God, I almost dropped my phone.